right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Today is Saturday, August 24th, and it was Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium as the Yankees took on the Rockies for Game 2 of a 3-game set. Will Warren was on the mound looking for his first big league win, but he would not get it. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Welcome to
Pinstripe Territory.
Come on, Erik.
Just when they thought I was out.
Hey, pull me back, kid.
Not too good. Not too good at all. Welcome back, Yankees fans. Tough day. Really shouldn't be losing games to the Colorado Rockies, to be honest. Ugly game. Very bad loss to a very bad team. We'll talk about that. And mostly, it's a shame that it happened on Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium when vibes are typically pretty good. Ballpark is sold out. You got all the old world champions in attendance. And you put up that kind of performance, that kind of sloppy play. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. It was good to see a lot of the guys that I grew up watching. You know, not going to lie, seeing some of the old gray beards and stuff made me feel a little bit old. I don't really miss the game. They used to play this old timers game. I never really thought it was that great. It was better just seeing all these guys show up, get cheered, see who the fans really like the best by the size of their ovation. See all the great highlights of all their World Series moments and stuff like that on the Yes Network. So that was fun. That was fun, but that was the high point of the day. I do think it says something about Brian Cashman that the members of the Yankees' most recent World Series championship team are now old-timers. But that's a completely different conversation. Huge ovations from Tino Martinez, for Tino Martinez, I should say. Hideki Matsui got a big ovation. CC Sabathia, Joe Girardi, Paul O'Neill, Andy Pettitte, and of course Jeter and Rivera got the biggest ovations. It's crazy to me, just astounding that A.J. Burnett and CC Sabathia are considered old-timers now. They signed with the Yankees in the winter of 2008, which seems like it was just yesterday. Oh, I feel old. Anyway, good to see A-Rod back in pinstripes. It's weird that the guy won a couple of MVPs and basically carried them to a championship in 2009, and I almost never think about him. You don't see him around the ballpark. You don't see him being honored by the Yankees ever. Obviously, he tried to sue the team, so it's probably not going to happen very much. I would love to see A-Rod back involved with the Yankees in some capacity, but it's just not going to happen. I've always felt like despite his shortcomings with the steroids and just being kind of a lightning rod for attention, that he's got a great baseball mind. You watch him do the analysis on, Fox or whatever, and he knows baseball and he knows hitting. I felt like he would be a really good hitting coach if he wanted to be, but he's so rich that I'm sure he just doesn't even want to. He doesn't want to spend 8 months out of the year on the road with a baseball team. Although, he is such a baseball fanatic that maybe he would. Maybe it's not about the money. But anyway, we saw some of the older guys come in the booth. We had Mariano. We had CC Sabathia. I thought it was interesting that CC said that he didn't want to play here, that he wanted to play for the Dodgers or the Angels. I had never heard him say that publicly before. Maybe he said it on his podcast, but I haven't listened to every episode of that. But that kind of confirmed those rumors that we heard when he was a free agent. But otherwise, Old Timers Day was the high point of today at Yankee Stadium. Ugly ball game for the modern day Yanks. Balks, pitch clock violations, catcher's interference, throwing errors. Just not a quality baseball game. And it's becoming far too often that this team simply mails it in, especially against teams that you got to beat. You can't be losing by 10 runs to the White Sox and by 7 runs to the Colorado Rockies. I'm sorry, that's just not acceptable if you're a team that considers yourself a World Series contender. And to be honest, Will Warren did not give them much of a chance today. You guys remember that movie Clerks? It was Kevin Smith's first movie, and there's this character named Dante who works at a convenience store, and he's not supposed to be there, and everything keeps going wrong, and he keeps saying, "I'm not even supposed to be here today." Well, Will Warren was not supposed to be there today. That was what I kept picturing in my mind because he is not ready for the major leagues. His ERA in the minors was 6.11. He's not ready for the show. He's forced into this position because the Yankees have traded a lot of their pitching depth in recent years, and we've just got to deal with it. He pitched 3 innings today. He gave up 6 runs, 5 of them earned. He was just bad. No other way to describe it. All right. On days like today, I've mentioned before that when the Yankees are losing bad, I clean my studio. Well, my studio is spotless, so I decided I was going to take some time and do some voicemails today. So we got a number of voicemails during the game, so I'll go ahead and play those for you now.
Hey, Derek, love your show. Bobby the Bear down here in Atlanta. Yo, what is going on with Aaron Judge? I'm trying to analyze this quote, man. Quote, I'm trying to get locked in. Once we get locked in, I'll let you guys know. End quote. What in the world is he talking about? He is already Superman. What is he trying to get accomplished? Hit 80 home runs instead of his own 62?
I'll take it. Look, I love the attitude from Judge, who obviously feels he can be even better. But I kind of agree with him. When he's really locked in, he hits those long home runs to straightaway center field all the time. Remember that series in Toronto a couple years ago where he hit like 2 home runs that probably combined for 920 feet off of Kevin Gossman to straightaway center field? That was what Judge looks like when he's locked in. He's been hitting the ball, over the short porch a lot. So he's become adept at just, lifting the ball at Yankee Stadium and having enough strength to get it, out of the ballpark. But he really hasn't been crushing it like we've seen him crush it at times. So I think that he might even be able to get hotter, which, makes me think maybe 62 is not out of the question. I figured that he's going to get walked a lot when the Orioles are in town in late September, but I could see Judge, having 60 home runs headed into that series and then maybe hitting a couple after. But, he's just been unbelievable. All right, this next call is about Gleyber Torres.
Hey, Derek. I think it's safe to say that Gleyber Torres has established himself as the Yankees leadoff hitter. Earlier in the season, we had the debate of who was our true leadoff hitter, and with a OBP since the All-Star break of over 335, it's safe to say he fits that role, and he's been playing well. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, he's definitely been hitting better than he did earlier in the season. Over his last 40 games, he's hitting .266. The on-base percentage is at .347. So, it's not amazing, but he's, been getting on base more than the Yankees have really had from that leadoff spot for most of the season. So, I think for now, you leave him there until he cools off. He had another hit today to lead off the game. I still think Dominguez would be a perfect fit for that leadoff spot because he's a switch hitter. So you can just put him there every day and not worry about whether it's a righty or a lefty on the mound. But I can live with Gleyber Torres in a leadoff spot if he's getting on base. Got another call here about the rules.
Yeah, Derek, Robert here. Yeah, I'm just watching your wrap-up on from Friday night's game, and you made a comment about how they're thinking about doing 6 innings, making pitchers, the starters, throw 6 innings no matter what.
Nope.
And you said, well, that's not baseball. Well, neither is putting a friggin' runner on second base in the extra innings. That ain't baseball.
Agreed.
Neither is playing 7-inning fucking doubleheaders. That ain't baseball.
Tell us how you really
I
feel.
mean, what is this shit with these stupid jackass rules? It's like unbelievable. I mean, a rule change here and there, a little rule change that doesn't completely change the game and bastardize all the friggin' stats and everything is one thing. But I mean, when you're putting a runner on second base and you're friggin' playing 7-inning doubleheaders. That affects players' stats. You know, it's friggin' ridiculous.
Appreciate the call. I don't like the extra inning rule either. I wouldn't mind if they had it after like 12 innings, because look, you don't want to blow out guys' arms. They don't play 7-inning doubleheaders anymore. They got rid of that. I actually didn't mind that from a content creator perspective because I was covering both games, and it would just make my day a little bit less grueling. One rule that I think works well is the pitch clock. I definitely think that's sped up the game. It's definitely got a better pace. Those 1, 2, 3 innings go like that now. But, bigger bases, things like that, I don't think that really affects the game too much. It's more for safety. But, I don't think that there's any way you can mandate that a pitcher stays in the game for 6 innings. I mean, you're going to get guys hurt, right? So, they've raised and lowered the mound a couple of times. I think that's a solution to getting more offense in the game. I can't think of many other things that don't severely alter the game. Maybe you shrink the strike zone a little bit, force pitchers to throw the ball over the plate more. That could help. But, we'll see.
Hi, Derek. It is Mary Beth, and I feel like I know you, and that's a wonderful thing. I don't expect this to be on the air. Not this
Surprise!
time. It's the 7th inning. It's now 9-2. So, again, the Yankees are playing down to their opponents. That's very disappointing. It is extremely disappointing to have it being done on Old Timers Day. So that's all. I mean, I guess we could come back. I don't think so.
Nope.
So continue on with your fabulous show. I'm out here. I think I might have mentioned it now. It's long. It's too long. Santa Monica, California. I love it. I love hearing you guys. You can hear the accent in me still. Go Yankees. But, this is not a good game. All right. Thank you. Continued success to you, my friend. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. I know you said you didn't expect to be on, but that's what we deliver here at Pinstripe Territory, delivering the unexpected. Yankees definitely played down to their competition today. I'll be back with a quick recap, but first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Big shout out to America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh, for helping us eat good during this busy time of the year for us. With HelloFresh, you get pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. It's home cooking made easy, fun, and affordable.
HelloFresh makes it easy, even for picky eaters like Scott. There's a changing menu of 50 recipes to choose from each week. Customize it to fit your taste. There's protein and veggie swap options too. The recipes are easy to follow. Just choose your delivery day, open your box, cook, and eat.
My house is busy with sports, but family dinners are important. My fam eats better, healthier, and we cook so much easier with HelloFresh.
And for a limited time, kids eat free. Go to HelloFresh.com/FTKids to unlock this exclusive offer. 1 free kids meal per box for 2 months while subscription is active. That's free kids meals just by going to HelloFresh.com/FTKids.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get through the recap today because, as I mentioned, it was an early, ugly game for the Yankees. They jumped out to the Rockies jumped out to the lead early on. Play at the plate in the first inning. Strong throw by Verdugo, but kind of an in-between hop for Wells, and he couldn't hang on. Yankees put a couple of runners on base in the bottom half, but could not score, and that's been the story. Wasted opportunities. More of them later. Rockies got another run in the top of the second on a sac fly, and then 4 more in the third inning. They were just all over Will Warren today. Very, very tough day for the kid. Yankees got one back on a double by Jazz Chisholm in the bottom half of the third, but also left 2 runners in scoring position. And look, that's been the root of their offensive issues over the last couple of months. Last couple of decades, honestly. It's just leaving too many runners in scoring position. First hit for Jazz since coming back. He had a couple of hits today. He also made a great play at third base. Bottom 4, Verdugo connected on a hanging curveball for a solo shot into the bullpen. His first hit in 21 at-bats. I still think they should replace him with the Martian. I'll talk about that more in final thoughts. But look, I'm over Verdugo. I don't think there's much to be gained by Verdugo. But 11th home run of the season, first dinger since July 6th. Rockies got another one in the 5th, 2 more in the 7th on a 2-run shot by former Yankee Jake Cave. And then Jazz Chisholm made a fantastic play on defense in the top of the 8th, but the Rockies hang on to win, and the Yankees fall to 1-1 in the series. The rubber game is tomorrow.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. If you ain't first, you're last.
Larry says the Yankees have trouble against rookie pitchers historically. That's absolutely true. It's been going on forever. I don't know why. Maybe, guys get called up and they're facing the Yankees and it just brings something else out of them. Maybe the Yankees scouting, on younger pitchers has never been good. But, it's been an issue here. Anyway, Wayne Wilcox says, I hope we never see Warren again. Guy is a bum. I'm not going to go that far. He obviously is not ready for the major leagues, but saying that we hope you never see him again, don't you want him to get better? Don't you want him to make the adjustment and come back and be useful and have some good moments? I hope that, as a top prospect, he's able to put it together and become a good player. But I'm not holding my breath. Shane Johnson says Rice, Warren, Grisham still on the roster is criminal. Rice definitely struggling, but I think they like having him because, he has good at bats, and also as a third potential catcher, he's got his defense has some value because he can, be in there as an emergency catcher. And he's a left-hander. We've seen he has some pop. Tommy C's Cat says games like this sting, but they really, really hurt because of the 10 blown saves. If we had 5 of those back, we'd still be 5 games up on the O's and be able to laugh today off. Clay didn't have to be perfect, just mediocre. Great comment. Thank you for the chat. Super chat. And take a few more here. Lori C says, well, we just got to win the series tomorrow. And that's all that it is, really. As a baseball player, you just got to get up the next day and compete. And the Yankees should win tomorrow. They got Marcus Stroman on the mound. I don't expect the Rockies to be able to hit Marcus Stroman very well. Tabor Talk says, you're only good as your starting pitcher, as they say, and Will Warren was bad. Yeah, this one, the Yankees just never had a chance. They got put into a hole early. They threatened a couple of times, but ultimately couldn't push anything across of significance.
That ball is high. It is.
All right, so final thing that I want to mention. The Martian, Dominguez, went deep again last night. It was a beautiful home run swing if you haven't seen it. In the minor leagues this year, he is now hitting .316 with a .374 on-base percentage, an .871 OPS, 8 home runs in 171 at-bats, and 12 stolen bases. He's ready, and he's finally heating up again after the oblique injury, and he's healthy, and he's back from Tommy John, and he is ready. You got to find a way to get him in the lineup. I know that Brian Cashman said there is not a lane. I know that they're dealing with his, rookie status and keeping him from 100 at-bats. All of that is malarkey. Got to get him in the big leagues. If there isn't a lane, you have to make a lane. He's ready, and he's better than what you got up there. And now, it wasn't Verdugo's fault the Yankees lost this game, obviously. But Dominguez is a better player. And in athletics, whether it's the major leagues, whether it's high school, whether it's little league, the best players should be the ones that are starting. That's just how it goes. And Dominguez is a better player at this point than Verdugo. I stand by that. But anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. Reminder to like and subscribe. Follow on all your favorite podcast platforms. We're here after every game, even shitty days like this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and give us a subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media. Join the community, have some fun. We're here after every game. This is Pinstripe Territory.